Can we talk about vacation?
Where are you going?
I mean, where I always go.
You should go to Colombia and try to smuggle some coca trees back.
Up your ass.
Up your
Nah,
We just go to Colombia.
Piss them off too, huh, Boojie?
Did you see the how to sound like your Australian meme? Like,
but I'm interested in this. You got my attention.
it's 3 American words that make you sound Australian. It's good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate. I got it. I got it.
What's the other one?
That's
That's
it.
the 3.
Oh,
Northern
that's
one.
It's
3 words.
That's it.
That's it. Northern one.
Good eye, mate. Stupid.
You can't even not sound Australian saying
good
them.
Eye, good eye, mate. You really can't.
No.
Do it.
Good eye, mate.
You say you sound like Steve
Super
Irwin.
Australian dog.
R.I.P.
Never mind. Because then I'm going to start trying to sound effeminate, and then that's going to go into a whole different
Do
category.
it. Come on.
No.
See if you can. See
Look.
if you can not sound Australian.
Wait. So out of 4 of us that's here, who gets the most hate mail?
You got the crown so far.
You get the only hate mail.
They hate my ass.
Well, you
Oh,
touched on their little.
They just
Clintons.
don't know you, Bougie.
No.
Well,
no.
then they'd really despise that
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
According to Brad, I do know him. Because I'm old Democrat.
I know. And then you, like I said, you say one thing about them Clintons, man. They
Oh,
can't-
yeah.
They come after
Oh, they
you.
chewed your ass, huh, brother?
I'm a dingus or a dinkus? Call me
What do they
something
call them?
else. too.
Adult.
Adult,
Yeah.
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 That's fucking dope.
D-O-L-T.
What is it?
You got called.
Does anybody, can somebody look up on their phone what adult is?
Adult? Let's look it up. It doesn't sound good.
It sounds Australian.
Adult.
Good, I might.
Oi, adult.
Oh, is that
It's got to be like simpleton or something.
That's
a
what,
stupid person.
Yeah.
So apparently we're all adults because nobody knew what it
Yeah.
meant. I just knew it wasn't
A
good.
dull, stupid person, blockhead.
I
Yeah.
could be a blockhead.
I want y'all to see if you can name this move that I saw online. Because I'm a used to be a big wrestling fan. Well, I saw this move and I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. So since we're on what is this move called? Picked them back up too. Like,
God damn.
what would you call that finisher move there? That is that not the dumbest shit you ever watched?
God.
You said it was a finishing move.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
what we call it the climax.
Climax.
Call it the finishing move.
Oh man, I just come across that. What I really wanted to show y'all was a kind of a somewhat serious video, but I don't know if y'all had seen this. What they were
yeah.
making them kids
Yeah.
do. Did you see that?
I did.
This is
They planking?
high school kid. No, they're licking the
Licking
feet of teachers and shit to
Oh,
raise. It was some
what the
kind of
fuck?
money raising bullshit.
He's devouring
Sucking
those.
toes and licking feet is what they have these students doing. Like who? What?
Yeah.
How old is
Exactly.
Dude, it's recent. Like
This
the
is
news
recent.
just broke.
Yeah.
this?
And why would that matter if it was from fucking 20 years
No, because
ago or 2
we
days
used
ago?
to. Well, the reason why it matters is because we used to do shit back in the day.
Suck toes of
You
teachers?
suck toes?
What
Yeah.
school you went to?
Yeah.
We used
That
to
was
do
that
shit.
little shit.
The shit we used to do back in the day when we went to school compared to the shit that we do now is different.
Bruh.
Like kids
you
used to
are
go.
scared. We need to talk after
Kids
this.
used to go to
Yeah.
no.
The statute
Yeah.
of limitations may not be up.
Kids used to go. Well, they used to spank the kids in school. The principal, the principal would tear your fucking ass up.
I can't even take you serious right now. Dude, they are on their
I'm
fucking
not talking.
stomach.
I'm blocking that out because I'm trying to make.
Well, honestly, who in the world put this together and said this is going to
Somebody
be
with
great
extreme
to
fucking
raise
foot
some
fetish.
money? And the school is defending it because of the money they raised.
I bet.
And I'm like, how in the fuck?
I bet they still. I bet if they put that video on OnlyFans, they still getting fucking money for it.
I to
Unbelievable.
cross the
Yeah.
mind of an adult and say this is what we need
Well,
to do.
how do you
It
have enough
blows-
people
And
in
for
the
the
same
adults-
room?
Yes.
Right.
That's like, yeah, that's a
That's-
great
yeah, that's
idea.
good.
Like,
And for the
that's good.
adults that are sitting there saying, this is okay.
That's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because I'm with
Yeah.
you. They had to all sit down and discuss it.
yeah,
at
like
one
somebody
point.
You
came
know?
into the room and was like, fundraising.
Yeah.
Great
Apparently it
idea.
Great
happened
idea.
At
We're gonna
Boojie
get the
school.
kids.
I don't know.
Lick toes.
Boogie's face.
And now you
Lick
can
toes.
see
I tried to make a fucking point, but
why
There-
people
you
go.
cannot defend
That was a
you-
terrible fucking point.
You
no,
cannot
back in the day,
defend that,
you used to be able to
dude.
go
Yeah.
to
Used to
school
be able to
with
lick
a pocket
toes.
knife.
I
Used to
see
be able-
why people go postal, dude.
You used to,
Fuck.
Yeah.
back in the
Can
day,
you imagine,
This
bro?
is different.
you used to be able to go to school. Listen to this. You used to be able to go to school with a pocket knife. You used to be able to go to school with a gun in your truck because you used to go hunting after all
absolutely.
of that. And now all of this shit has changed.
Now you
Just-
can lick toes in school.
I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you also couldn't go to school. A guy couldn't go to school wearing a dress because you was a disturbance to the class.
Are you defending this?
I think,
No.
Is that what I
the
hear?
DC Antlers students sucked the toes of
Oh my
adults during a
God.
school fundraising event. How in the world?
Somebody, whoever put that fucking shit together had a severe
Hey,
foot.
bro,
I'd have been
yeah.
like, fuck these funds and been calling
they
you to
got
come
some
pick me up. I'd be like,
nasty-
Dad, they trying to make me suck
They got
toes
me
in this
sucking
bitch. You got to
toes.
pick me up.
This is a we can say what we want, right? On here, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They got some fucking dude somewhere rewatching that.
Oh, somebody was getting off on
Jacking
that. For
off.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, probably the
Yeah.
fucking principal.
That whoever put this together,
nasty,
is, you know,
nasty motherfucker. You are
Where was it at? Where was that at?
somewhere in
Look, just-
DC.
Yeah. Let's go
somewhere.
figure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They like kids out there.
Liberal view.
Like it. That's such a blanket statement, but I love
God
it.
damn.
That's what we do.
It's a shame.
That's what we do.
sorry I had to say it like that, but yeah, there's some dude out there that's fucking rubbing one out
It's
with
true.
with
It's
how is it,
true.
with high fervor,
Probably the person who thought of it. Honestly.
motherfucker. And
Probably
no,
one
not
of
just
them-
him.
Probably
not just
one of
him,
them furries, huh?
The rest of the the rest of the people
Crazy.
too. There's like other people that was getting together with that. It's probably a fucking group of them.
Yeah.
They're running packs.
It's true.
Oh, anyway,
Well, they had a pack of them at that school, man. And I just don't see how you get that many.
they got people
adults
right
in one
now.
room.
I
I like that
guarantee
you
that shit's
got that
getting
right there.
downloaded.
Is anybody else surprised by the fucking CDC
Yeah,
guidelines?
it's like all the, weren't they calling us conspiracy?
There
Oh,
is
yeah.
the more,
You know,
there is the
before.
more CDC guidelines. It's like and
Yeah,
here's-
treat it like
it
it's
like the
fucking pneumonia,
flu.
basically, like the flu, like just
yeah.
any other respiratory virus. Like,
and we still ain't saying nothing about China fucking
go
doing that
cough
shit, though.
on grandma.
Where it's been
do your
another, it's
thing.
been another 30 days and we still ain't fucking saying that China.
been a whole
fucking
nother
fucked us
month.
off.
We have, but
No, I'm talking about the people that be. We're more worried about who's wearing a fucking dress in
Yeah.
the military than we are talking about how China fucked us over.
I want to get to a was it justified video here.
oh hell yeah,
I want to get
I
to
love
that.
these.
We had a shooting took place. Don't ask me where and all that bullshit because I don't know.
Somebody got
I just
popped.
want to know if y'all think this was justified,
Can
like
we go-
self-defense.
Can we go to the comments too?
Nah, ain't no comments, man. Yeah, I'm just curious. So he hits him,
Ooh.
hitting him.
All right.
Now, was he within his rights? You think?
Yes.
I mean, even though the dude had got back.
I think again, like last week,
Wait,
it's
wait. Let me see.
morally fucked up, but
See how he steps off.
Listen.
Would the law say you weren't in danger no more? Or what you
Listen.
think?
Listen.
I
listening.
think
Go
it
ahead.
Linda,
depends
listen.
on how many friends, who was on whose side. If everybody else that was around
then
was
was it-
on ass whooping dude's side,
Yeah.
Hey,
you know,
Then you feering for your life. Still.
right? Because
it's
all
20
his people
what's,
around
what's
me.
year? It's 2024 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are bringing fucking knives to gunfights. I mean, they're bringing guns to a
Yeah,
fucking fist.
well,
fight.
yeah. So I mean, it's dumb to do that, but I'm just meaning
Yeah,
like
but,
by the law.
I
Do you
mean,
think he
If
was
you
within
punch,
his?
if you put your hands on somebody, expect for them to retaliate.
That's legal. Morally, I think it was wrong because you got your ass whooped. Move on.
Fuck that, shoot him.
Go home. But
I'm more curious about the legal
Well,
aspect of it. As well.
if it's me, we're not getting to that point. Step the fuck off, or you're gonna get shot.
yeah,
End of the day.
but are you
But-
within your legal rights? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
think he was legally.
Yeah, that was kind
within
of
his rights.
what
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
getting at.
Oh,
Because it's hard to tell because the dude was kind of backing up, but
Play
I
it again.
guess
Play it one
I
more
guess
time.
you
Play
don't
it.
know.
Now that it has familiarity in it.
Yeah,
I think it was
All right, look.
a very
Shh,
quick
shh, shh.
decision. I mean, you think the whole video is
Play it again.
13 seconds. The whole video.
I think he was justified.
I think it's close.
I think it was justified because
Yeah.
I
the
think
dude never. It's not like he turned around and went
Right.
to walk off. He was still facing off.
Yeah, not
on
one
him.
bullet
now
went
that
in
I'm
his back.
watching it, yeah.
Not one bullet went
Yeah,
in his
he may have
back.
been within his rights, man.
I think it's going to be really close, depending on the
No, he was-
prosecutor
well,
and the judge.
Well, he wasn't because he wasn't in danger of his life.
But you say that, but the
He
whole
could have beat him to
video,
death. It's happened.
Somebody
before.
the
jumped in a-
whole video is 14 seconds, right? We've watched it
You-
3 times so far. and you've had the time to come up with that. In the
This
moment, you
boy
don't
ain't
have
listening.
the time
You're
to
not
come up with,
listening.
you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, the law. The law is if you're not in danger,
If you don't,
You have to feel.
You have
if
to
you
feel like you're
if
in
you
danger.
can prove that you felt your life was in
in a
danger.
6-second,
somebody jumped in
spot.
between them. Look at the
Yeah.
video again.
Well,
Look at
that's
the video
why I was
5 times.
asking. If it would listen, first of all, if it was a clear cut answer, I wouldn't have pulled the video
He
up.
fell
Right.
out.
That's
Look,
why I was
look,
asking.
He fell out. I need another hand. Put a hand right there. Look, look. So he was like, they was fighting. They was fighting. All right. And then fall. You got to fall down. And then the other dude came and ran in between them and stopped it. And then he ran around. Pow, 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 pow,
Yeah.
pow, pow, pow.
And that's what I'm saying.
It'll be a tough one.
That's what. That's,
Now, my opinion on the matter. He punched that fucking boy all in the face and shit. And a lot of some people might be like, man, you can punch me in the face and I'll just take a sip of coffee. I don't really care. And you got other people is like, man, if you punch me in the face, I'm gonna kill your whole
shoot
fucking
you.
family twice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So that's why you're not supposed to put your hands on the body. He
yeah,
punched that
which
fucking
that's
boy,
understood.
and he got
I mean,
shot.
it
And
wasn't so much about him hitting him. I was just like curious on what y'all thought about his
And
right
he
to
really
use
wasn't-
deadly force.
He
you
really
know?
even wasn't trying to defend himself. He just,
the dude that got punched.
I mean, he's just
yeah.
standing there. You know,
It's his right not to have to try to defend
yeah, he's just
himself. Watch.
standing there. Boom, boom,
Yeah, really.
boom.
And he kept on. He was trying to mix him up.
That's a tough call,
People need to
man.
leave somebody alone. You punch somebody in the fucking face, you can pay for it with your
Why
life.
do these people not give a fuck about the repercussions of their actions? And I don't mean that I don't want people to take these people. I just meant anybody who puts themselves in that position.
Exactly.
Like, why wouldn't you assume that shit can turn that bad?
Right.
You know, like over whatever they were squabbling about, it was probably something stupid.
Dude.
I'm assuming every motherfucker I come across has a gun on them.
They kill
Like,
each other for driving on the wrong block.
Did y'all see?
Yeah, well, I didn't
You
want to
seen the- you
say
seen the
they
videos?
come off like I meant black
Nah.
people. I just meant people that put themselves in those positions.
Anybody that's
like,
shooting-
turn
no, it's-
around, get in your car, and go the
But
fuck home.
we'll
No,
even
they
go
shoot
to
for
a
less.
video with white people,
Yes,
all white people
that's what I
involved.
mean.
But
No,
look,
what I'm saying is they shoot for
y'all-
less right now. That's
Yeah,
the culture. That's the thing that's
I
going
know.
on in 2024. Is they call themselves ops.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Oh,
what
yeah.
they do is they all
Hey.
walk around with fucking guns,
Yeah.
and you take a turn driving in their place and shoot at, and they shoot at you, and then you go back to your set, and then one of them comes back and they call themselves ops, and that's all they do all day is fucking shoot at one another. That's what's going on these days.
did you see the video of the people that got in an argument while that dude was shoveling snow? It was a bunch of white people, and they one
Damn
was
whites.
shoveling snow, and they got in an argument. Dude got in an argument with him, went in his house, grabbed an AR-15, came back out and shot dude and his wife over a snow argument. You
I
saw
watched
that?
didn't see it.
They had like a documentary or some shit about it.
Did
Or it was part of a
Yeah.
documentary of things. Yeah, I did see because it's all on film from the video
All
from the
of it.
house. Yeah. But they had been arguing like neighbors
Right.
for
Yeah, they had
for
been
a
just
long time,
neighborly.
and he had enough of their shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I remember seeing that. Yeah,
So it's like, how do you not? I don't know. I would sell my house and get the fuck before it
I
ever
agree.
came
Did
to
you
that
see the
point.
one in Texas where the stepdad and the father were
Yeah,
going at it
on the porch,
Yeah,
yep.
I think the dude that shot him on the porch got off.
Did
Like, he was clear. Have you seen that one? You know
No.
what I'm talking about?
I
Let me
saw the
see.
video, but I've never really followed the backstory.
You know, by the time somebody gets shot, it's because stuff had been building up.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Like
Yeah.
with this right here, is like that dude probably said it. Like if that motherfucker he probably got him before a few times, and he was like, yeah, if that motherfucker touch me again, he's gonna pay for it with his fucking life because he was tired of his shit.
Well, but you say that, but shit like that nowadays can pop off over nothing.
Right.
Just because you walk past somebody coming
You
out
look
of a
at somebody
convenience
crazy.
store.
But what I'm
yeah,
saying is, most
you
of the
know?
time, like I just see like like somebody lost their lives over a bag of potato chips, but
Yeah.
come to find out the fucking dude was Debo, and he kept on fucking doing like terrorizing everybody.
Yeah.
Until somebody was like, if you
And
run
it
across the wrong
happens,
person, they're gonna kill you. You
Well,
know?
and that was kind of my thing is the thought process to even let something go that far, and instead of just one of them, which it looked like the one dude was just kind of chilling, like
It was he was all within his rights to not have to try to defend himself against that fucking dude. Just because you're the same age as a guy standing there doesn't mean you have to fucking fist fight with him.
yeah.
That dude didn't go there to
No,
fucking
no.
fist fight. He didn't win. That's why he had it on him. And when the dude put his hands on him, he found out. He fucked around and he found out.
And that's how I feel because, like, I have a home to get back to, so I'm not fist fighting fucking no one.
You
I
might not
agree.
get right.
I'm not fist fighting no one.
I don't know, man.
If it gets to the point where I have to defend myself with fists, like it's over with for
Certain
you.
person-
Like, you're not gonna go home to your people. I'm going home.
certain motherfucker pissed me off. I don't
Nah,
know.
because the way I see it, like shit happens. Like you might get hit.
I remember
you
that
fall
one.
back, hit
That's
your
the
head
one-
on the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah. Is
And
that the
now
one you're
you're dead.
talking about?
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
No.
I remember that.
I'm not doing all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Did you look into the specifics of that Elon? Is how they fucking with him right now with these stocks?
Well, from what little bit I could, I had both of my grandbabies today, 7 and
All
5, that I was watching all day.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like he's getting multiple lawsuits from different ends. If it's AI with, is it the Chat GPT? He's got a lawsuit going
Yeah,
on.
the one I saw was the lawyers who were on the side of suing him.
Yes.
They were looking to get God, what was it? Like
Six-
$6 billion in Tesla stock.
In Tesla stocks,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
And from what I was kind of figuring is that it's like they're trying to cripple him by doing that. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge portion of
Hell yeah.
on a deal that supposedly it was signed off on. That
Right.
What's going on? Can we start from the beginning here?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how to explain it, but basically, they were pissed off that. Let me see, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can because I was trying to read up on it. I was texting Brad about it earlier just to see if he could kind of dig into it because I know he does them stocks and all way more than me. But so basically, it's like they signed a contract to get that Elon would get paid a certain amount if he did a certain things with the Tesla company, that some people would have called a miracle for him to do. Well, he turns around and performs it, and the Tesla stock skyrockets, okay?
Which was in the tune of something like 55 or 56 billion.
He was going to get paid
He was gonna get paid
he did this.
if
Whatever
right,
was in that
right.
clause, whatever it was. So he did it. Well, then the lawyers come out and they void that contract saying that 56 is too much. 56 million is too much for him to get paid.
Billion.
Yeah, 56 billion, sorry, is too much.
After he did it?
Yes.
After he did it.
They spent only a few days doing this shit in court. And now for their fee, they want the judge to award them $9 billion, but they want it in Tesla stock.
Okay, so
You know what I'm saying?
here's what you do with
It's a weird thing, and we're probably butchering the fuck out of it, but that's the gist.
The problem with clogging up the courts is lawyers and any other frivolous person get in there with no skin in the game and tie the shit up. That's like me knocking on your front door and creating a problem between you and your wife because I don't have any skin in the game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if they could turn that around some kind of way to where, all right, Mr. Lawyer, you want to start to play around, but the consequence of this is just as much as you can get awarded, you could also get penalized for it along with jail time.
Yeah, it's just what I was curious about is because I had mentioned, I don't know if it was the last episode or the one before that, but I was saying they're going to find a way to get this man. They don't like him.
Absolutely.
So
trying
is this
to find
just a step to them trying to get away, you know what I mean, to cripple him, whether
They're
it
not
be
gonna get-
financially or...
They're not going to get him.
You think they just want him to say, "Hey, fuck the
Well,
deal"? Like I don't want it.
I don't know.
Drop
Unless they're
the
just trying
case.
to,
I got a theory.
unless they're trying to cripple Tesla, because the stockholders, from what I understand, they voted on whatever this goal was he was going to reach. They voted on it, and the majority of them say, "Yeah, that's cool. If he reaches it, that's the money he'll get." Well, then he does it, and whoever the fuck these lawyers are come out and say, "Oh no, that's too much money."
Let me set it up.
How can you do that?
Yeah, if you
Let me
make a
give you the
deal,
setup.
you make a deal.
Yeah.
Let me give you the setup. So this dude created his own AI, right? Independent of it's not Microsoft's, it's not Chat GPT's, it's not anybody else unless he owns Chat GPT. What I'm saying is this AI shit is his and his alone.
Right.
Right? Right. So he probably created another person like himself that's an AI or that is, whatever, and sat down and had a conversation with himself. You know what I mean? Like as far as his smarts and expertise is, like, hey, do me a favor, while I'm digging into all, while I balance out everything that's going on with the company and all, I want you to dig into this shit and tell me what's the best plan of attack. Make sense?
Is that what you're saying? He did?
Because I swear to you, if I was as smart as that dude was, and I could create my own AI, yeah, of course,
duplicate yourself.
Multiplicity. You know the movie with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know.
Well, where
of it.
he's just so. In other words, who's as good as your job as you are? Is you, right?
Yeah.
Because so
Yeah.
So he created a lot of himself, to go around and do different things, to take care of a lot of stuff he had going on. And I think that with that, yeah. Well, it was a 90s movie, but artificially you can create an avatar inside of the digital world to talk to yourself. It'll be Justin like. And his doesn't have any limits. It's not going to say that pedophiles aren't evil or whatever it is.
I was reading up on it. They were talking about the fee that these lawyers want. It works out to $288,000 an hour rate is what they're trying to get. So that's what Elon was on X, posting about how it's criminal, that this is bullshit that they're doing.
They should deport the motherfuckers.
It's crazy.
I just don't understand what the case is for. Like, we agreed to numbers. I did it. Like,
the lawyer, look. The way lawyers work is they look for a loophole.
But was it like a handshake, or was it a binding deal?
It was a
vote
by the shareholders. They held a because you got to vote on shit like that apparently because it's a public company. Or whatever.
Through probably your board of
directors
or whatever.
And they all agreed on it.
I guess I don't understand what the problem is here.
Like, that's why I'm saying
we agreed.
That was my point. That when you're trying. When you're on the other side, meaning that the left and the people that have control right now, when you're trying to take somebody down, there is no laws, there's no rules. Because who is going to tell these people they can't do it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I don't get it. Because that's like us three getting together and telling you, like, look, you get the podcast to, I don't know, 20 million views by, July 1st, and then you do it, and we get to July 1st, and we're like, we agreed too much
somebody
money.
Steps in and says, look, that's too much.
Yeah, I don't see that
suing you,
it's not going to happen, bro.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, but
who is it? Comedy Central did that to Dave Chappelle with the Chappelle Show. Did the same thing.
They did.
Yep.
It was a Lieutenant Colonel Bree Fram, a trans U.S. Space Force official, spoke to the U.S. Air Force about inclusion and demanded everyone to respect the LGBTQ people and its pronouns. Now, this is what they're worried about in the military right now, While these other people are creating killing machines, we're over here worried about being inclusive,
I hear leaders talk about providing everyone with dignity and respect like it's an aspirational
This is
goal.
what we're doing, though, as a country now with the military.
Dignity and respect is the bare minimum. It's the floor of where we can be. We must set our sights higher and focus on intentional inclusivity, because there are still far too many people out there, not just LGBTQ individuals, that feel marginalized, shut out, or discriminated against. So for all of you out there, I ask you to set out your symbols of pride, share your pronouns in your email, particularly if you're a person who doesn't think they need to.
You can pause it.
Initiate difficult conversations about racial and gender barriers.
I've seen enough.
And
I
share
can't take no more of this fucking clown. But this is the shit that they're worried about. Make sure you share your pronouns.
All right, so let me ask you this.
In your email.
Let me ask you some un-American shit right quick. Let's get as un-American as possible.
Let's do it.
You know how everybody's always touting that the United States is number one?
Well, I guess we used to be. But
Do you think we're number one in that shit? I'm talking about
in what?
And so people here say the United States is number one across the board and everything. Right. Evenly across the board, like no matter what. And now we got this shit going on. So who's number one in this? What country? I'd love to tout.
We're number one at tolerating dumb shit.
And the bullshit we just watched.
No,
at men being able to play. It's us. It's us.
Because we're fucking. No, I'm not talking about.
Well, between us and Canada, probably.
Yeah.
Because Canada's pretty far out there too.
It's like we're in a battle to see who's more inclusive.
Yeah, but it's like this is why we're going to lose a major war eventually.
Absolutely.
This is why.
Damn straight.
This shit right there, because all this ass clown's worried about is who's putting what pronouns in what emails.
Yeah, you think that's going out to fucking
fight? And you think these other
fight?
countries ain't watching this and laughing at us right now?
Anybody that's distracting from the fucking main narrative, whenever we have a situation like that going on, should be fucking taken out and tried for treason. That's all there is to it.
What is it?
Stop trying to fucking distract me. Well, it's either
I can't. It's
a gay male.
Is it a male?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a gay male.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I didn't know if it was a
I mean, look,
a female trying to be a male. It's got a super strong jaw.
No, it's a dude that just got this sick fetish, and and apparently needs attention. So
you need to leave that shit at home. I mean, look,
it's crazy.
If your job is tolerant of that shit, or whatever, okay, then fine. But when you go out into the world and you want me to address you as such, and I see something else, I mean, what am I doing? I'm gonna start fucking wearing just blinders to everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you serve me a Sprite and tell me that's a fucking Coke, I'm like, no, it's a Sprite.
Well,
but no,
the
no,
problem is, they want you to say, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna play fairy tale.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They want you to accept that.
I'm not gonna play imagination. I'm not gonna go along with your game. You could get other people to do that shit. You know, that's like with religion. We have to respect each other's religion. Well, fine, but there's a certain amount of what's called respect to it.
Well,
the
biggest problem is it's gone past just me and you. It's our fucking military. It just has to accept it. It hasn't been that nuts. I mean, because I know when I was a kid, they wouldn't even let gays in it. Not to saying the gays shouldn't, but I'm saying that's how much it's changed since I was young. Now you can have people like this stand up there and say, make sure you're using your pronouns.
Imagine being in the military and they're like, hey, we're assigning battle buddies today. And that's yours.
They're going to still performing their job. It's the same. It's having a gay person in the military, even a trans person in the military is not going to change nothing. But when you get to the point to where you're being distracting to everything that's going on because you want to push your agenda, the military is not where your agenda stands. The number one agenda is to protect this fucking country, and that's it.
But are you going to feel comfortable going out there with
I don't want to fuck everybody else. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, but
right next to me.
But in a fighting point of this is my life.
But touching on the point that you said that they're going to perform their job the same. Do you think so? When this is what they're concerned with is pronouns? Do you think they're concentrating on the right things?
When a bullet whizzes past your fucking head.
Well, that idiot's not going to be on the battlefield.
This is what I'm trying to say.
That idiot's behind the scenes worried about pronouns.
This is what I'm trying to say, and I'm gonna get to it. Just stick with me. Keep your question but I'm trying to get to it.
I'm here, brother.
When we're sitting out, I don't care how many transsexuals, transgender, trans, whatever it is you want to have out there. How many gays I have around me? How many black or white or Puerto Rican or whoever? When a bullet comes whizzing past your fucking head, then from me to all the way to the top needs to have the same narrative going on.
Yeah, it's all going to go,
Yeah, exactly. You got sand blowing in your face. Right. You out there sweating, and then a bullet comes whizzing past, and you look next to you, and your battle buddy's gone.
No, I will say,
what you gonna do? Now you're gonna be mad.
Come on, nuts.
No, it seems to be the higher ranking people that they're letting do that kind of dumb shit. So they're not out there actually fighting these wars. They just sit behind the fucking scenes and then say, even if you don't normally use your pronouns, make sure you're doing it. So people. I'm trying
to describe what
that's what you're fighting for.
What a military is. A military. We all have the same narrative that's going on. There's no distractions. I'm not worried about what your skirt or what your earrings look like or nothing.
Right. No, but
that's what we're gonna be fighting wars for. They're gonna be like,
the problem with
China
that
is not
this is why I have a problem with that, so that everybody understands very, very clearly what I mean. Other countries look at that because the United States is not not the strongest. We're not the strongest, right?
Well, we're definitely not with men wearing
not that
tampons up their ass. Keep going.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit tonight.
Look, man, I'm so sick of it because we've all been supposed to just play this game over the past few years.
You're just supposed to accept it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, when are people going to say, no, I'm not doing this? Like, you want to do that shit in private, that's fine. But to get up there and make a speech in front of all these other cadets or whatever that he was doing that in front of, and I'm sorry, she was doing that in front of.
Let's get it right, bud.
And then to sit there and preach about pronouns, like,
man, fuck
everything else going on in this world.
Fuck that. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna show you the hypocrisy when it comes down to it. If you tell, and unless the person is suicidal, if you tell someone, hey, look, I got 6 motherfuckers that are gonna come and rescue you, and they're in full battle gear, and they're coming in, and they're gonna come in hot. And everything that's not you, they're going to shoot and take out of there. And they're going to extract you and get you out of that situation. And have a couple of fucking German Shepherds, a couple of Belgian Malinois, or whatever. But now, on the other side, they said, well, look, we couldn't get Team A. So Team B.
This is what we got.
It's the best we can offer.
The roller rink girls 7. And we decided that they're going to identify as soldiers. Yeah. And they're going to come in. And some of them are dudes and some of them are girls, but they all identify as girls. And in place of that Belgian Malinois, we're going to have poodles and beagles. But we're still going to get the job done. Are you with us? And that person is going to go, are you fucking kidding me? right? Yeah, that's a straight up. Are you fucking joking? Are you kidding me?
But they're not.
Situation.
That's the bad thing. They're not.
So here's the problem with that: the other countries, because we're number one because of our other countries that we deal with all of our product we have coming in. All of our product that we have going out,
number one,
and
as
how
far
we're
as
situated with everything.
Okay,
with everything, our economy and everything. The United States doesn't have a very, very large population.
No. I thought we were still talking about like just military power.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Everything that we do, we get we get our iron, we get our technology, we get our computer chips and everything from other people. We business network all the time, so we keep this motherfucker a bad motherfucker. Right. So the other people are like, man, you doing business with the United States? Like, yeah, well. Did you see who the colonel is? It's like, yeah, it gets when he's, I seen it. What you think? Well, off the record. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bunch of fucking off the record banter, and the next thing you know, we're gonna slide.
Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant Colonel. Let's get it right.
Okay.
Major.
Right.
Yeah, that was a colonel.
That was a lieutenant colonel.
Fucking God help us all.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
and look, you can see why. With recruitment in the military is down. Just what they said. Just the Air Force. I mean, was down 26%.
Yeah,
it's all the way across the board.
Yeah, but
who would want to send their sons and daughters?
Not for that.
Into that crap.
It's down because now we have a group of children that don't want to fucking do nothing. All they want to do is play the military.
It is between that and
Barbies?
Also when they're raising these kids to hate their country nowadays.
Absolutely.
Was that
why would you want to fight for it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Not to mention, a lot of the parents are probably waking up to like, I don't want my kid overseas fighting some nonsense war, dying for y'all to have more power.
We could talk about who's recruited into the military all you want. We can have a 15-hour conversation about this because the demographics of the military what it's made up of. What it is made up of is mostly minorities.
Yeah.
Is
that a fact or is that just something?
Let's
find out.
You think so?
Let's fact check Boojie
There's
right on
way
there.
more minorities because they come from impoverished areas.
Was that
the way
here
we
were talking about the women getting let through to like the Navy SEALs or some shit like on way less of their testing grade than what was supposed to be? Have we?
That's
was that here we were talking about that?
Huh?
I don't know if that was here. I don't
there
remember.
was military members coming out and like Navy SEAls and shit.
That's
and
what G.I. Jane was about.
They were like, this chick failed every fucking test, and they still were like, "Yep, nope, you passed. You're good."
They made her a Navy SEAL.
They lowered all the ceilings so that she could be it because of
I don't think she's in it anymore, though. Huh?
I don't know. I didn't. I just saw the testing part where they were passing her and shit like that.
That's what you want to do. Lower the fucking standards.
Exactly. Well, that's what they were like bitching about, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, I had to basically almost kill myself to get into this, and this chick can't even hold herself up on a fucking high bar for 30 seconds.
That's a good loophole. That's a good loophole to get around shit.
Yeah, just be a chick.
I now identify as a woman, so I'm going to go on and make it.
The active duty enlisted men, white, 69.86% in the military. Women, it's 54. So either way, they're over half. Us white people fighting for this country.
Compared to the demographics of, see what it is black.
No, it might be. I guess if you're doing per capita type.
Yeah, I was going to say if you do it per like
black, it's 16% of men. Or
and what about women?
People of color, 28.
And then you know what our demographic.
Yeah,
is
I know
in the
what you're
United
saying.
States?
Like if you're doing it per
so
type shit.
blacks in the United States is 11% of the population.
Yeah.
But we got 16% on male and 20%.
Well, what do you think today? You think them recruiting places are like they're in places in different cities and towns and all
maybe
that
they just like
focusing
to fight.
on that.
They're trying to get out of poverty.
They might
I
just
think
like to fight.
that has a lot to do with it.
They're trying to get around poverty. They're trying to get out of the fucking. They're trying to make it out of the hood. And it's. Anyway, that was a topic that I touched on.
I was just curious, because I wanted to see what the breakdown was. I mean, it's always going to be more white people. I mean, there's so many more.
There's more white people
in the country. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so you talk about. There's a lot of different things that are like whenever you start to do comparisons on things.
Yeah.
So why are black people not getting up? I'm pretty sure there's more black people in the military than there are. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's more blacks in the military than there are gays. or more blacks than there are.
Well, yeah,
I
I
would
don't
hope
think.
so.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that gay people run to is to go fight in the military. I mean, I'm not
I think
saying
it's just
that
what they
none
show
of them
you.
do.
But how is
I
this
think
passing
it's
up?
just
What,
like
this is what I'm saying.
everything.
How is this passing up black people issues?
What?
You talking about how is this becoming a bigger issue than because
The whole gay movement, like
it's the hot
Dave
topic
Chappelle
right
talks about it
now.
all the time. He's like, God damn. It's like y'all, you know, it's I don't know.
Well, you got to they go through the patterns of who they pander to in this country. You know what I mean? And it started off where it was, you know, we're going to get people of color vote for us, vote for us, vote for us. Then for some reason they started getting obsessed with this LGBTQ plus community shit, and that's what they're on right now. And it'll move on to something else.
Can we talk about vacation?
Where are you going?
I mean, where I always go.
You should go to Colombia and try to smuggle some coca trees back.
Up your ass.
Nah,
We
just
just
bring
go to
coca
Colombia
trees.
and tell us what it's like
We'll grow a garden.
to be a kidnapped victim. What do you call it? What do you call a kidnapped victim? Kidnapped? Just tell us what it's like to be kidnapped.
Kidnapped victim?
Yeah.
You if you go to Colombia.
Yeah, I'm not going there. So
Go get us some
Well, you have no desire to go anywhere else but
pack
Brazil.
of leaves.
And you gotta want to go.
I'll show you.
I want to go to Australia.
There's a lot of whites over there.
Hmm?
You sure?
I don't think I'm
You
worried
good
about
with
And
that?
like big,
not worried about
dangerous animals.
No, no.
What's the 3 words?
Big. Oh, good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye,
Is
Mike.
that a knife? That ain't a knife. That's a knife.
Oh, I was thinking of you know, our sweet home state, Louisiana, with our the concealed weapons, you know, permit going away.
Awesome.
You know, just
It's going to be a good deal.
yeah,
It's gonna be
for some
dangerous.
people. I mean, I don't know. Were me and you talking about it
Nope.
the other day? No, I couldn't remember.
It wasn't me.
Waiting to hear your opinion on it. Cause,
What, on concealed weapons?
well, being able to do it without a permit, you know.
It'll cause a lot more people to act right. And the reason why is because when you're walking up on somebody, just like that little fight that we watched,
Yeah,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You never know if somebody's got a fucking gun on them or not. So you leave people the
That's
fuck
right.
alone and you act right. I'm gonna go into this gas station. I'm gonna rob it, but you don't know if anybody in there has a gun on them. And now the probability of anybody having a gun on them is 100% now. Whereas before it was a lot less because people had to go out and get this and had to get that. So you were either illegally carrying it or you had to go sit in a fucking class. Whereas criminals go and grab a gun without the little 24-hour wait period and without having to go to the class and all of that shit. So what we do, we arm ourselves. And it should have been that way since the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm still not sure if it deters much. Because, like for instance, that video we were watching, do you think, like, anybody around there, like, was surprised that somebody had a gun? You know what I mean? Like, that has to be common.
Yeah, no, but yeah, because those boys knew each other.
But
and
it
they probably
does,
didn't
like,
think-
pull up the stats on Ohio.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about a few episodes back when they had their constitutional carry passed and crime dropped by, like, decent percentages.
Well, that's what I was asking. I didn't know if it was going to deter anything because you see a lot of the crime that goes on. I mean, they don't.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
said,
I'm
why
sure
would it surprise anybody that somebody has a gun?
I'm sure there's a select few criminals
Yeah.
that don't give a shit, but most people don't want to get
Yeah,
shot.
let's take like New Orleans for example.
Mhm.
As bad as it is over there, do you think that law deters anybody from fucking with another person now?
Yes.
Because I'm assuming
Absolutely.
everybody over there has got a gun in their
That's what I
waistband.
thought too, though. I thought
And it
everybody
was
in the
still
world,
happening. You know what I mean?
Or Chicago.
it'll give everybody. Well, once a lot more people starts getting shot,
Yeah.
and then there's a lot more representation on that issue, you know, because they're going to talk about whether somebody's legally shot or not. That's going to come up a lot, and eventually it'll trickle down to it'll become a high profile case where somebody's going to get fucking shot for doing something wasn't supposed to,
Yeah.
and then it'll become national news, and the word will spread.
I
Yeah, the
don't-
word will definitely
Well,
spread.
yeah, and
I don't think it's going to stop drug crime and
like
gang
shit,
crime.
yeah.
Right.
because drugs and gangs, you assume that
everybody's carrying it.
Right.
That
so
was
I don't
kind
think
of
it's
my
going to
point,
stop
and that's
that.
where most of that kind of crime is going on.
But I think it'll stop
what
the
I'm saying?
shit like
I'm talking
it
about
is where most of it's going on. But
Yeah.
I
I'm
talking
think
about
it'll
the-
stop
our-
the shit of like gas station robberies. Like
It'll stop
you
that
know,
too.
when I'm pumping at the gas pump, somebody walking
Yeah.
up and trying to rob me. I
Yeah.
think it'll stop a lot of that shit. But just
yeah,
the-
because I'm not against
the
it by any
gang
means.
shit,
I
I
was just
think
wondering
it'll
if it was
stop
going to, curb anything as far as deterring people from doing stupid shit that they're already
Yeah.
out there doing. But
Right.
I believe everybody should have a right to.
I think
carry
it'll stop a
whatever
lot of the
fuck they want.
carjackings.
Sure.
I think it'll
Yeah.
stop the just person-on-person robberies at gas pumps and just random places. But
now, yeah,
it's
because
just
now you
hard
have,
for me to see that because most people don't walk up on you face to face when they're trying to jack. You know what I mean? They're sneaking up on you. So the chances of you being like some Wild West movie and pulling your gun out and defending yourself.
Wait,
yeah, but
I'll tell you why.
easier to do that when
No.
you know, or when you think the chances of the person you're
Or does
sneaking
it
up
make
on
them?
doesn't
Well, let
have
me
a
ask
gun.
you this: does it make them shoot first and then then
Well,
not even take that chance?
It may, you know, but I think it like for me, if I'm like, all right, 30-40% of Louisiana owns guns, so I've got a better chance of this person not having a gun than having a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna walk up on them and rob them at the gas pump. I'd be more willing to do it than to think like, okay, everybody is allowed to conceal carry here.
It will curb a lot of it, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
But I don't know.
A lot of people,
it's tough.
like when all the marijuana shit came around,
Right.
a lot of people that I know don't smoke weed because it's still illegal.
Yeah.
When Louisiana, y'all.
And when they allowed it.
But they said, and a lot of them said, as day one, as soon as that shit becomes legal, I'm going to smoke.
Yeah.
And right now in Louisiana, sad as it is, it's still illegal. So now that that it's legal for you to fucking walk around and carry a gun, there's a lot of people that don't want to go and sit in an instructor's class. You shouldn't have to.
Well, there's a lot of people that are going to do it, but I was just meaning, does that really deter someone who is going to creep up behind you anyway while you're pumping gas and try to rob you? Like, why would it?
Will.
You know what I mean?
Right now,
you think?
I do.
You think it would scare somebody off?
Well,
I think it would scare off, like, if they see me, if I catch eye contact with you, But that's usually not how these motherfuckers work.
I'm not going to try to say numbers because I do not know off the top of my head, but you can look it up. There was a study that they did on people in prison for robberies and shootings and shit.
And they asked
them, like, were you basically when somebody showed you they had a gun, or if you saw a gun, would you have robbed them? And they were,
but that's
a lot of them said no. Like if you, or again, they asked them, like, if you broke into a home and somebody had a gun in their hand, are you going to continue in?
Yeah,
no,
that's different.
Now, walking up on somebody that's got a concealed gun
just
that you don't know about,
they have a gun in their waistband when you know you got the upper hand because they don't see you coming. Does that stop you from robbing them? You know what I mean? Is what I'm getting at.
When I go in the city, and even though, like, a lot of times I got to go in the city, and I got to have it on me.
Yeah.
And the thing of it, whether it's against the law or not, I'd rather be fucking caught with it than caught without.
Absolutely, but
and that's all there is to it. But when I'm in
like,
St. Tammany Parish, I don't have that motherfucker on me because of the fact that if the police catch me with a fucking gun, even though I have a legal gun, it's going to be some fucking bullshit.
I just don't think it is, though. You a felon?
Huh? No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. If I have a gun on me and I'm trying to pump gas, that's what I'm saying. If I have a gun on me and I'm trying to pump gas, and I'm not in New Orleans, I'm talking about if I'm in St. Tammany Parish.
On your person or in the car?
Concealed.
Okay.
Ready to pull it out. Ready for it to be drawn.
Without a concealed weapon permit.
Well,
he's
trying to get.
I'm getting to that.
Right.
And the cops roll up on me. Or let's say there's a kerfuffle, or I get into an argument with somebody, and the cop has to pat me down, and the cop finds that I have a fucking gun on me.
Right.
I'm going to jail for a concealed weapon.
Well, that was where my question came in, like, about the concealed. Do you have a permit or not? If you have a permit, you're good. If you don't, you're committing a crime.
No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. You're missing it.
Why would they take you to jail? Let's put it that way.
For having a gun on me.
Why though?
Why?
Concealed.
Do you have a permit or
but
not?
Are you legally concealing it? Or are you
what is the whole I don't
because there's a difference. You're either committing a crime or you're not. What do you mean?
Yeah, like if you don't have like right now, if you don't have a license to conceal, you're not
in other words, if
you
catch me in New Orleans, anywheres, I'm gonna have that motherfucker on me because the risk to reward is I'd rather be caught with it than to be caught without it. But over here in St. Tammany Parish, I'm doing the exact same thing I'm doing over there, which is not any crime at all. But if a cop happens to pat me down,
if you don't have a permit.
Well, he's just asking why would you be going to jail though?
Huh?
Why though?
For carrying a
would I go to jail?
Huh?
Would I go to jail?
Yeah, I mean
that. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Are you saying it's a race thing?
No, it's not. No, I'm not saying a race thing at all. I'm talking about our citizens who don't want to go and sit before anybody, who don't want to tell the whole world that they have that they pack guns.
Yeah, so unlike
so if you don't have a concealed carry permit,
I just didn't know if you were getting at meaning they would throw you in jail but not me.
No. Anybody that I'm talking about as far as to having a.
Yeah,
I was trying to dance around the issue a little bit because I don't want to put out there what I do have and what I don't have.
You get a citation, I mean, for sure, but
you go to jail.
Yeah.
They catch you with the gun. They you got a gun on like that.
Yeah,
they put your
yeah.
handcuffs. They pulling the fucking
So
gun.
that law
sticking a
passes.
gun
When
to
is
you.
it?
I think
July
around July
4th.
1st, July 4th.
To your face, and,
Oh,
and
there
the
you
thing
go.
of it is,
Perfect.
they got cops that react differently to that.
Oh,
if
of course.
there's a cop that if they fucking pull you over for not pull you over, let's see, if they stop you for jaywalking,
Yeah.
they pulling a fucking gun on you.
Yeah, and then they got some. That
We had a
more-
fucking cop coming that was when we was coming up that would pull his fucking gun out all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're human. I mean, they're
No,
different.
no,
I mean,
no,
and they're
no.
different. I know what you're saying. They have some that are just high strung and some that
that just I guess they live for the day that they could actually fucking
pull that
it's
fucking
a control
trigger.
thing. No,
Yeah.
just to pull. Yeah, there was one that would pull a gun on every day. He pulled a gun on a lot.
I think a lot of that has changed though with just pulling in today's day. I'm not saying like when you were talking back then with body cameras.
Yeah.
Speaking to people I know that are in the department, you pull your gun out. That's a big time police report to fill out. You got to answer questions. Why? Because of body cameras.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is the desire still there? You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm
them
sure
type of
it is.
people
Yeah,
still.
well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
If you're a cop and it's in your legal right to pull your gun out if you know that somebody in the car has a gun, but let's say you're a cop and it's somebody that you know, and you know that person is not out there doing whatever, even though they know you, but you don't know them. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
But whether they, in other words, it's at their discretion whether they want to pull their gun out on you or not, and they do. You know what I mean? I mean, the cops still have a little bit of leeway. They can still be a dick if they want to.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if I'm a law-abiding citizen, then I should be able to have a gun on me at all times, because the criminals have a gun on them at all times.
That was kind of my thing. Right? That they make us pay for it.
So, but over there in New Orleans, if they catch you with a gun too, they're gonna let you go. They were shooting at each other at a fucking Mardi Gras parade. They let them go.
They probably like
over here in St. Tammany Parish, and you better not fucking have G, U, and N in your fucking name. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible. I know. Y'all think of it. Y'all think a little different.
No, I just think there's ways to do things legally, and
What are you talking about?
Follow that. If you
it's called being a human being.
Gun in your pants.
Well,
if the law is to have a permit when you do it, whether you feel it's right or wrong, if you have that permit, then you're
your
good.
Cousin. And nobody knows who it is out there, but they'll get the point I'm making. Your cousin, Dwayne, black guy, all right,
fucking dude.
Black dude, right?
That is not my motherfucking cousin.
but we, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, so
black dude walks around all the time with a pistol. Just, I mean, and just don't
open
give a
carry.
fuck.
He's an open carry.
Yeah, well, so what? But my point is, they're not harassing him,
right?
You know, I mean, there's laws, you know what I mean? Like it's not the fucking 60s where they're just running around, beating people with billy clubs because they don't like the color.
People that it amazes a lot of people when other people that do idiotic stuff get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, why is that idiotic? That man's just
to walk around like it's the fucking Wild West. With
I wouldn't do it,
legal.
but I'm saying that's his right. But my point is, he does it all the time.
Let me tell you something about legal or not. Hold up. I got to tell you, legal or not.
Yep.
Understand this. There was a time, it was not too long ago, when black people couldn't fucking walk around at 5 o'clock in the evening time. All right? Because it was the law. But was that right? No.
Not that I agree with the laws.
Here we go. Because,
I'm not saying the laws are right or wrong, but I'm saying...
Listen to this. You were just professing to me that if I was carrying a gun, as long as I went through the proper steps and did it legally, that I could do it.
Right.
No, sir. No.
Because I don't. Not that I agree.
I got you.
Not that I agree with the concealed carry laws that we have right now. But
I don't have to go and tell a group and a class of people that I'm going to walk around with a gun. I'm an American citizen.
I agree. Morally, you shouldn't, but
thing.
legally, you do. That's my point. Is I don't agree that you should have to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's just like the brake sticker shit.
Oh,
right.
So fucking dumb.
I don't agree with it, but it's the law.
Inspection stickers are so.
I don't get what you're saying. Then you telling me to do what's lawful.
I'm not telling you to do shit. I'm telling you that if I want to conceal carry a weapon on me, then I'm going to go get a concealed carry permit, whether I agree with it or not. Because I don't want to go to jail.
What if you don't want people to know that you went and got it?
Then I'm not going to go get a concealed carry permit, and I'm going to leave my gun in the car.
Yeah, I don't like
because
the fact
it's against
that
the law.
When you sign up and you take that class and all that, I mean, the
you
information you got to give up,
right?
And the rights.
That's my point.
That's nobody's business.
Now they can come in your house warrantless. You know what I mean? If you decide to sign up for that shit, which I have done, but after the second time of renewing it, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, I'm paying the state to do something that's supposed to be my God-given right. I mean,
and I 100% agree with that. But
that's why this bill had to pass. That's the bill is now that you don't have to have a concealed carry permit in order to conceal a weapon, right?
And there's still going to be laws for that, though, right? No ABOs and probably possession of marijuana if you don't have a medical.
And there's places you can't take it.
Right,
like
exactly.
You can't bring you probably can't bring it on a parade route because I know that was part of the law with the concealed.
So many feet from a school and all that kind of stuff. So none of those laws are probably going away.
No, it's just that now we don't have
very
to pay.
short.
Now we don't have to pay.
Yes,
exactly.
The bill is very short. If you're in legal possession of a firearm,
what is legal possession of a firearm?
Any of the current gun laws that stand, as far as no government buildings.
Fuck them laws. You must not have been in enough danger in my fucking life to know about that shit. I've had some pretty harrowing and fucking in very, very, very tight situations in my day. Fuck them fucking laws.
Again,
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree with them.
When it comes to
I'm just stating
you say that you agree.
No, I'm stating what the law is. If I agree that you should be able to walk in a bank with a gun and bring money out,
ooh, I like that.
Right? If I agree that you're a bank teller and I should be able to point a gun in your face and say, give me the fucking money, that should be legal. Okay? It's not. Whether I think it should be or not.
Yeah, but you're trying to push the agenda of me doing something legally or not. That's what you were just saying. You need to do that shit legally.
No, I didn't say you need to do it legally. I said to not go to jail.
He's saying if you don't want to get in
trouble.
To not
go to fucking jail, you need to do it legally.
Like legal ways.
That's my point. Whether it's right or not is not what I'm saying because I don't agree with the current fucking gun laws. I don't agree with them. But if you don't want to go to jail.
Why are you bringing up the laws?
Because you're bringing up jail.
All right, you got a couple of years yet. You'll
bringing
understand.
Up jail.
You'll understand.
Just don't.
I feel like
you got a couple of years yet. When you wind up walking around with a woman that fucking talks too much fucking shit, and then you got to sit there and you got to fucking make sure that you bring that girl back home alive. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
What?
Just give it and then you'll understand about thinking.
The fuck does that have to do with the laws? The fuck does that have to do with the laws?
Yeah. If every time I talk and you cut me off before I make my point, that's what it has to do.
You don't make points. Yeah. You just talk.
Yeah. The CDC said that
that lead could be very, very, very what? Poisoning to your health?
Yeah. Y'all are something else, man. I was just curious what y'all thought about it,
I think it's a great thing.
I'm glad it's
I did too, but now Boojie's got me wondering if I
should. What? No, you should.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, everybody should carry.
Absolutely.
And you should
100%.
Everybody and then so that criminals can know that dude might or might not have a fucking gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like that little cat right there at what you call it. Bro, you went and punched Biden in the fucking face, you might get fucking shot.
You think he had
I want
a
criminals to
handgun
think
permit?
he probably does have a gun.
Yeah.
So that'll be the thought process as
it needs to be.
What's going to happen first is though you're going to have a high profile case,
right? And
then it's going to trickle down to that that person got shot legally, and then he had to shut up.
Yep.
And after a while, we'll start to regain control. We're losing control on every fucking avenue, on every facet. The straight male is losing their fucking rights every which way you fucking look at it. We can't protect our children because we're letting our children go to school and they're doing heinous shit at school.
Like sucking toes, right?
You send your child. And so those parents had no kind of fucking say-so over that shit happening. I'm pretty sure all of it happened without none of the parents.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I don't think there was a piece of paper sent home.
A permission slip.
Look, your little Johnny's going to be sucking Mrs. Smith's toes today. Sign off on this that it's okay.
Yeah,
but I don't know. In Washington, D.C., there ain't nothing surprising me, dude. In Liberalville, you know what I'm saying? Son, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Get that A.
Get the A, right? Exactly.
I want to show y'all apparently a new recruitment process for the military.
Here we go.
This fucking dude, boy.
No, I just wanted to show y'all and see.
You ain't gonna have a computer next week. I'm letting you know right now.
I don't like that hand placement.
What? No, he's just. Why?
Because it's not here in the United States.
Yeah, but what? Anybody know what the fuck they're doing? I figured, Boojie, you would know.
Yeah, they're making sure that they mails.
What are they doing? Is that what it is?
I mean, I'm looking at this.
What are we doing there?
Hey, let it get to the end. Keep going. Look at him. Please don't get hard. Go back to him. He was like, please don't get hard. Please don't get hard. Go back to that one.
Like, what
Go back to that one.
What are we doing?
he was trying to suck that motherfucker back in.
At the end, he was starting to get.
Watch. The brown is brown one. Look. Ready, set.
Which one was he?
No, that's not him.
Next one. It's the next
Oh
one.
no,
The
you
next one was-
started it. You started it back over.
No. Where's it? The next one was Fighting the Urge.
Yeah. Look, he was looking at it. He was like, we're about to go. Oh yeah, that's good. Look at his facial expression. Look, watch him. Watch him suck in. No, it's the next one. Look at him. Please don't get hard. Oh, please. No, that wasn't him. Oh,
yes,
shit.
it was. He was sucking.
No, the other one sucked in a lot. Where was it at? That dude sucked all the way in. He was like,
Hey, look, this dude's taking notes behind him with a notepad. Oh, he made eye contact. That's
we were
even
playing this shit
weirder.
for way too long, bro. I'm sorry.
He made eye contact. That's
No, the dude sucked his stomach. I swear to God, one of them sucked their fucking stomach in when he touched
He's
it.
got a grin on his face.
He thinks it's funny. He's like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the last one.
What are we
Yeah, there's
doing?
two there,
Right,
motherfucker.
middle, left. Yeah, he sucked. That was him.
I don't know.
That was him trying to suck it back in.
I don't know.
I was
either.
just curious what kind of recruitment process.
I gotta get
that
back off
was.
of that.
Yeah.
That's fucking strange,
Man, my bad.
I think they looking for straight males.
Is that what it was?
I guess if
Look
you
at
get
real
erect,
males?
you're fucked. You know.
That's all in one check, huh?
Yeah.
You just stick your hand out and start rubbing on those balls, boy, and fucking,
Yeah.
and there you go.
The eye contact got me.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, dude, don't look at me while you touch him.
All right, so we had the Acorn Cop, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna speak on police and guns.
We had a lot
We had
of
the
reaction.
Acorn Cop. We had so there was another video that came out of the police that got called out to a home invasion.
That
right?
same wait, the same cop you talking about?
No, different
Okay.
police.
All right.
Called out to a home invasion. They get to this lady's house.
Mhm.
She's in her home, right? And people are knocking at the door. It's like 2:00 in the morning. So she comes to the window at the front of her house and she's got her gun on her. Like, who the fuck's knocking on the door? The police see the gun and start shooting through the house.
I did. Yeah.
I don't think they
Like,
hit her.
I don't think they hit her, but they sent.
No, I
like,
think they did, dude. I think they
mags.
Did they
hit her in the arm
Yeah,
or
okay,
something
they
like
must have
that.
killed
Yeah.
They
her is what I
sent
was thinking,
mags through the fucking
Yeah,
front window.
absolutely.
Right?
For this
So-
woman, basically doing what was legally
Yes.
Right.
okay. you
Exactly.
know?
So the question is, if in either of those circumstances the police were both unjustified in their shootings,
Sure.
are you justified in shooting back at the police
That's a tough one, man.
Yes.
as a lawful
Yeah,
gun
I-
owner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you feel comfortable and would you
Listen,
be justified in
listen.
shooting back?
Listen.
It-
I would
once
think-
you knew it was the police.
Whether you knew it was police or not, you're
Yeah.
being unjustly
Oh yeah,
shot
no,
at.
I think if
Are
somebody
you justified in
somebody should
defending
be able to-
yourself
Yeah.
with the gun?
I would think
Yeah.
so.
Whether it's the
should be
police or
able
not.
to.
I'm not.
I don't give a fuck who it
I
is.
dread the day.
Right.
Yeah.
I dread the day that I ever have to shoot at anybody.
Right?
Right.
To compound it times 100 that I shot at somebody that was a cop, off duty or on duty.
Yep.
And then to shoot at a cop that was on duty. Oh my God, dude, that's my worst fucking nightmare.
Well, that was what
That is my absolute worst nightmare.
that was what finally got Turk from Cash Money or whatever
Mhm.
to prison. Was him
Really?
shooting at ATF, came busting through the fucking door. He said he didn't know who the fuck it was, so he went and hid in the closet or the bathroom or something
Yeah.
and started firing back. You know, now he
Hmm.
claims he didn't know it was the police. He said they were just because he's like, the life I was living, that could have been anybody kicking in my fucking door.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
And
know, but
that's
he-
the
now he
big
went to
thing on
prison.
no-knock raids.
But not
Yeah.
only that, but he might have been under the influence or whatever and just was fucking like,
Oh yeah, no, that's just his
Yeah.
side of it. But
Yeah.
if it was the truth, then yeah, I don't give a fuck who's kicking your door in or shooting
Exactly.
through
when
your
you
window.
paranoid,
Right.
when you
Yeah.
You
paranoid,
ain't gotta be paranoid.
no,
When a-
but when you're paranoid, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Everything is like,
Well, yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
well, wrong
but-
addresses get hit all the time.
That's true.
If,
No,
if
no, no.
I'm in my bed tonight and ATF kicks in my door thinking I'm the neighbor
Mhm.
and I kill two of them, I mean, you know what?
I would
feel
almost
like
have to say you're justified.
100%.
Yeah.
I would hate to be in that fucking
especially
situation.
in a
Which is why
castle
I-
doctrine and stand your ground.
Well,
Right.
and that's one of the reasons I agreed when I forget what state it was, but they were getting rid of the no-knock warrants after
Yeah.
that shit happened to somebody. Was
Absolutely.
it Texas or something? That
I don't remember what state it was.
yeah, but it was the latest case where somebody.
Yeah, it was the couple and the dude got shot down
Yeah.
the hallway.
Yeah, because I understand the reasons for the no-knock warrants because you're trying to catch these criminals off guard. But
Right.
at the same time, when you take an innocent life, it's like it's not worth the risk.
Well,
you know?
It's not, because now you got innocent lives in danger and you have police lives in danger. You
and
know,
you have the wrong address sometimes.
the wrong. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. The
Right.
wrong address. I'm not-
exactly.
yeah, that's
so
the
now
ones
it's
I
like
mean.
you have police and innocent people in danger of getting shot by the police. Police getting shot by innocent people.
Let's roll it back. Justifiable entry to a home. So those cops are so fucking hell bent on trying to get somebody charged and convicted and sent to jail until they push the envelope. And what happens is when they push the envelope, we as law-abiding citizens are the one that pays for that shit. Because when the police get sued, we pay for that too. You understand that, right?
Well,
yeah.
I've been on
absolutely
all sides of this.
Yep.
All sides. So,
but do you think it's like not so much of them being hell bent, but just wrong information they're going off of? So I mean, because they got to go in there on guard if you really think you're going to get a dangerous felon.
In what kind of way?
I mean?
In what kind of way?
What you mean?
Well, even like the military, when they say, "Hey, you're going to invade somewhere."
Wait. You're taking orders. In what kind of way?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Like they have whenever they're serving a warrant.
Yeah.
No, what? Give me the scenario. You have to paint me a picture so I can.
Well, I'm saying they're going to a house that I guess somebody, because I don't know how all the inner works.
I don't know how they're looking for a dangerous criminal.
Well, yeah, but they're going with the purpose because they've been told this person is in that house, but they hit the wrong address because they may have been given the wrong information. So I guess what I was getting at is it so much that they're just gung ho ready to go do that they make mistakes, or is it coming from the higher ups that's giving them wrong information? You know what I mean? I guess it's a case by case thing.
I'm going to say on having the correct information and going after the correct person.
Yeah.
That you still have to follow protocol and procedure because you're entering in somebody.
Well, you do, but the protocol and procedure was to kick the fucking door open.
No. I'm giving a better way to it. So you have rights to your home, and no matter who you are, so what basically a lot of people are saying is because a group of people got together, they're saying that they can go in your house is not your house no more, it's theirs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you pay all of these taxes and you work to keep your lights on and your gas and all of that shit. But yet, a couple of motherfuckers who you don't know can get together and write up some shit. And because I wrote a letter to Brad, I can go in your fucking house.
Right.
But is it
if people getting tired of that shit?
But is it okay if there is a dangerous fugitive in there?
Still, yeah.
You know what
I mean, if you have a fugitive apprehension team,
yeah,
and you surround the fucking area.
Right, but that's what they do, and I'm saying sometimes they find the wrong house.
They can still knock. They can still knock or send a machine or fucking throw pebbles at the window or anything to get. Hey, look, we're about to go in there. They start from a far back and they start to go in and start again.
Right.
And allow for that house to bleed out and everything. But no, they're trying to catch them with drugs.
I'm confused on your take though. Are you saying they should never no knock? No matter what, even if
I think they should never do it.
Because I don't think they should. I'm just curious. I'm confused on what your point.
The police always abuse the fucking power. They always gung ho to do some shit.
Well, I mean,
and not all of the police, but a lot of the motherfuckers that just can't wait to go and do some sketchy fucking shit.
Yeah, I know one or two that are like that, but I'm sure.
And it used to be that way. I'm not saying that it is, and I don't even know. I don't know. I haven't had interaction with the police in so long until
Look, that's good.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Trust me. But should they knock? I guess it's going to depend on the circumstances.
Yeah, right.
And then,
the circumstances lead to you knocking on the wrong door, or not knocking on the wrong door, and then kicking that motherfucker in because you're at the wrong address.
And then, really, the point at the end of everything is if you are the wrong door and somebody kicks in your door, no knock raid, they don't announce anything, and you shoot the police, are you justified?
Yeah.
And shoot that cop that comes through your door.
Yes. Gotta be. There's no way. I mean, if you don't know,
right?
I mean, I'm just trying to think in the eyes of the law, like what law would you be breaking?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're allowed to protect your home.
Exactly.
You're allowed to protect yourself, your family. If somebody's beating on your fucking door, now the argument's always going to be, we said police. And then the person goes say, no, they didn't.
Right.
You know, that's always the
argument. Even if they do, if I know Brad's got $50,000 in gold in his house and me and you kick the door in yelling, please.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm with you because anybody could say that.
We kill him and his wife.
I say
you know what I mean?
Unload the fucking magazine.
Absolutely. And then even away from your house, if you're the Acorn dude and you did nothing and the cop is shooting at you, if you can get to your pistol, do you have legal justification to shoot back at that cop, even if you're
I think
out
you
of
should.
your house?
And I know it makes the job harder for these fugitive apprehension teams, you know, to get these people.
That's what
I understand that, but
I get it, but it's not worth it.
It's not an innocent life being lost, you know. I just think, hey, we'll get that guy another day. We're not going to take a chance.
That's what we pay them for.
Yeah.
That's what we pay them for.
I just feel like it's not worth it at the end of the day to apprehend somebody, especially over little shit like dope.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's usually some drug
You know,
Well,
if
usually,
it's like,
but
hey,
it's-
we're busting this door, and because this dude actively has 6 kids that he kidnapped yesterday afternoon, and he plans on sacrificing them for the fucking devil,
that's a different
he's gonna cut their heads
situation,
off.
right?
It's different.
And then it could still be the wrong house.
It could be, but it's different. At that point, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
or he just killed 5 people, and he,
if something very drastically wrong goes on, it's worth it at the end of the day. Because,
not if somebody innocent loses their life.
But
it's the wrong house.
I guess it's the weighing out the good versus bad. If somebody innocent dies versus us saving 6 innocent kids,
is you leave it up to other people's interpretation on what should have happened or could have happened, where they just need a blanket law.
No
that
doubt.
way there's no
I
arguments.
guess just
like
where
that.
I personally draw the line is like we're putting innocent lives, in danger to go and arrest somebody and seize 2 kilos of coke versus there's 7 kids in a house that are waiting to die. We may lose an innocent person if we kick in the front door, innocent 1 or 2 people. Like, I just feel like the scales there kind of weigh out. But
I think, like you said, that it should be it within the confines of life endangerment.
Yeah.
That if you have somebody that's life is in danger, then that gives you the go ahead to do it. Whether you can get your whole team together or not, it all depends. I mean, every case is circumstantial, but like most of these DA raids that you have weeks leading up to it or whatever, or you have some fucking cop that went out there and got strung out on fucking coke, and he's fucking with this chick over here, and he's trying to, and you don't watch the crooked cop videos like I do. I watch a lot of them.
I can tell.
And I can give you one perfect, there was one that I watched, I had to watch that motherfucker like 4 or 5 times because of the way that the dude was doing stuff. He finally got caught doing whatever he was doing. So he was hooked on coke, he was coking it up a lot, and then he ran into this girl that was out in the streets, and then he busted her with some coke. And he got some coke off of her. Then he let it go.
Okay.
And then he can't circle back around. It's like, I need you to hook me up with the motherfucker who you getting the coke from.
Yeah. So
I can go and get his ass. And then while he was doing that, since he got on the other side of the law, he started asking for, for some head, for a little bit. And then she was like, so I reluctantly did it. And then, this dude just went rogue, right? He started doing his own thing. And
Was that a movie or that was?
No,
that was
I watched the first for a long time. I was watching when cops do bad shit.
Now, how many hero cop videos do you watch?
A lot.
Can we balance that out?
Every cop that arrested a fucking police impersonator is my fucking hero. I'm hooked. I cannot help it. If you played guy gets busted impersonating a cop right now, I'd fucking get up and walk away from the table and go over there and watch it. I swear to God, I love it.
What, impersonating
an officer? Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude. And then they go in their fucking cars.
Yeah.
This dude's riding around. First, he catch him with a light bulb, right? And then next thing you know, they go in his fucking car. This dude's got flak jackets, and he was commissioned by such and such and such and such, and they call him in whenever they need an auxiliary team and
I
all
did
kinds
see
of shit.
That one, yeah,
dude. I sit there, I was like, oh my God, yeah. I'm like drooling while I'm watching. I'm like, oh
I did
man,
see that video.
I love that.
He was trying his hardest to convince that police officer.
I love that. Then he had the other guy that was outside of Walgreens, and the cop was baiting him in, boy. He was like, so yeah, man. So this is my Tahoe right here, and like that. Like, oh really? It's like, oh yeah, but they asked me to come and stand out here when this and that is going on. It's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh man, no shit. He was like, man, you got your lights hooked up. He's like, oh yeah, I got the lights hooked up and all. He's like, fucking really, dude? It's like, yeah, look, watch. And when the guy walks to the car to go and turn the lights on, the fucking cop says, this dude's going to jail.
So he knew that.
And I'm laughing the whole time. And then they asked, the sun is coming up. They got him handcuffed against the front of the car, and he's sitting there asking questions. As the sun is coming up and everybody's getting in and starting to go to work, they putting this dude in handcuffs because he threw handcuffs on somebody playing, a hero cop or whatever. And so that's where it escalated from. But yeah, this dude was riding around with the blues on and had the blues in his car and everything.
Let's get out of here. It was fun. Some of y'all motherfuckers got heated.
Boojie.
Yeah, Boojie.
That's because fucking hard-headed captain right here.
Everybody.
He'll ask you a question and be like, so Shane, tell me how your day was.
Moving on.
What the fuck am I going to day?
Got to make
Hey, Brad, what's going on in Mandeville? How you feeling in Mandeville, Brad?
I'm feeling great. You got to make good points, man. You got tired of hearing your shit. Anyway. Shane, Brad, Boojie, Justin, B.S.ing with the guys. We're out of here.
Peace. Deuces.